Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla and the new show Overflow episode 33. The Model Y is the best-selling EV model in Europe in the first half of 2025. And Tesla seems to be the only one standing ground in China, as we see Ford's EV have just died in China. And Tesla, of course, launched their Robotaxi here in Austin. So now it's all about scale from here on out. But Tesla is not resting on their laurels, as it already is cooking up the next version of full self-driving. And full self-driving might be coming to Germany by the end of this year, and Tesla is saying autonomy is coming to Asia soon. And we see some tremendous progress at the Tesla semi-truck factory. And Tesla might finally, after a decade of negotiation, enter the Indian market. All of this and much more in today's episode. Start right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
Tesla's Model Y is the #1 best-selling EV in Europe in the first half of 2025. And it's still looking strong in China as well. But legacy automakers like Ford, well, they are dying in China as we speak. We have talked a lot about how BYD is Tesla's biggest competitor in the EV space, but the approach from Tesla and BYD are very, very different. Tesla makes one category killer, and that is it. And that is how Tesla is able to get to an economy of scale that not even BYD can match, as they have so many different models. And it's just pumping out models and see what will be successful, as AJ also shared on X. Here is more evidence for BYD's throw and see what sticks approach. The recently launched Z9 GT EV. As far as I know, there are no production issue. Nobody wants it is the answer. Costly vehicle failures is why BYD is still cash flow negative, despite the massive sales volume. And he also shared that the BYD Seal, once touted a Tesla Model 3 killer, had a relatively short good run but is dead in the market. 2024 sales dropped 72% and 2025 year-to-date is down 43%. With 34 months on the market, it is amongst the older vehicles in BYD's lineup. However, if you look closely, arguably sales were dead after January 2024. This would imply strong sales lasted only 18 months. It launched in August 2022. And at the same time, we hear how bad Tesla is doing in China. But it's because the refresh Model Y ramp, as I have shown last news show, the Model Y just here in June started delivery in Taiwan. So for people to think the ramp is all over and Tesla completely back to normal levels with inventory and everything, and therefore can conclude that Tesla's demand is down, they really don't know what they're talking about. Here is just another video like I showed on Sunday's news show, but on a different location in China, as TC Mesla wrote on X. An impressive number of brand new Tesla has been spotted today on a massive convoy at Haikou Port City. End of the quarter delivery boost is amazing. Q2 will be strong. So you hear a lot about Tesla sales dropping off a cliff in China from someone like Fred Lambert, but funny how he never mentions someone like Ford, because they actually do have a problem in China, as AJ shared. Sales of the Ford Electric, the Mustang Mach-E, for the Chinese market collapsed. Sales decreased 92% year to date, and Ford sold a single vehicle in May. One vehicle in all of May. As you can see, Ford sold 21 Mach-E's in all of 2025 so far. Tesla has sold above 246,000 units in China so far this year, and as the Model Y stands for about 65% of Tesla's sales, as it was in May, well, Tesla has probably sold around 160,000 Model Ys in China, with factory lockdown and everything. So 160,000 against 21. And Fred thinks that Tesla is the one that has the demand problem. What planet are these guys living on? And for anyone to call the Mark E competitors to the Model Y needs to get hospitalized straight away, as something really bad must be wrong with them. But Michael Dunn also shared some numbers about legacy automakers are actually the one dying in China. Tesla is the only one holding its ground, as he wrote. The future for foreign automakers in China, not bright. Foreign automakers, China market share. And as you can see here on his list, 2010 they had 76%, and in 2025 they expect 33%, and in 2030 24%. But as Michael notes, number of foreign share in 25 and 30 via Alex partners, I feel they are a little too optimistic. American automakers are vanishing fast. Only Tesla hold ground. Japanese share would be mostly Toyota. After that, bets are off. Each percentage drop represents a loss of 250,000 cars, give or take. Huge. Yes, while the Western brands are getting literally kicked out of China, not just struggling, but dying, Tesla is actually the only one standing their ground, and some folks want us to believe that Tesla is the one that is struggling in China. Boy, they are not really caught up with reality. And we only have a few days left in the first half of 2025, and if we look at Europe, we can see that the Tesla Model Y is still the best-selling EV on the continent. So if there is nobody here that wants to buy a Tesla anymore in Europe, well, I guess everyone else is in even bigger trouble, as Tesla Model Y is still number one, the EV model that most people in Europe want. So demand seems to be great, better than anyone else anyway. As Alex also pointed out, if we look at only June numbers for the countries that give daily sales numbers, so not the complete picture here of course, but still, the Tesla brand is the best-selling brand, the Model Y the best-selling model, Model 3 the second best-selling model, and the Model Y sales are 3 times stronger than the next best non-Tesla model. Oh, poor Tesla, and all that demand problem they have all over the world. And we had the Tesla Robotaxi launch in Austin, so we're no longer waiting for this historic date in Tesla's history. It's already behind us. So Tesla launched their Robotaxi event, as I reported on, and we could see all the Tesla influencers driving around in Austin in Robotaxis. So very, very cool. But the poor mainstream media did not get an invite and was desperately following the influencers around and asking for comments and facts, as Zach wrote on X. Same guy from Reuters approached us at the grocery store. We refused to say anything beside it was awesome and walked away. They were waiting. Legacy media is out for everyone to spin the story, will not be speaking to any reporters. Yes, we are the media now. And if the mainstream media is wondering why they didn't get an invite, well, as Omar pointed out, they didn't miss their launch date, and there's no driver in the car. The media misreported the launch date. Yes, when you lie about Tesla like this, you should not expect an invite. And one of the new media persons, Omar again, shared one of Gary's old posts that really illustrate how Gary doesn't understand the underlying technology, as he wrote back in 2021. What comes first? Tesla get to level 4, level 5 and get permits to drive vehicles everywhere, or lift cruise autonomous vehicles already at level 4 scale across 90% of America? Well, Tesla has now shown that their system works, and in a year or so, the US government will probably have an approval ready for a nationwide approval for autonomous vehicles rollout, and not just state by state, so Tesla will get there pretty soon. But to think someone like Cruise, who is already dead by the way, would be able to scale a geofenced mapped area to 90% of America really shows how little he gets this technology. Here, 4 years later, Waymo have mapped 5 cities, and only a little part of it. Tesla will quickly over the next few months scale beyond Waymo in Austin. Show the world that what Tesla has made is a scalable solution, as Tesla themselves also wrote on X. And what Waymo has is not scalable, and that is just so obvious for everyone who gets how Waymo and Cruise technology works. So it's pretty simple, Gary. Tesla will have level 4 and permits to drive everywhere before Cruise as they died, but you can take your pick, Waymo or Zoox, as they have to map the whole country to be able to do what you said back then. As Waymo here, 4 years later after Gary's comment, and 4 years of paid Robotaxi ride only cover approximately 0.02% of the entire US land area. So if Waymo can continue at that pace, bringing online 0.02% of the US land area in 4 years, yes, it has actually taken them 7 years, but let's give them a little head start here. Adding 0.02% every 4 years, it will only take Waymo about 196 years to get 1% of the US land area. So please, everyone that can even suggest that Waymo will cover the entire US or 90% of America really have no clue of just how slow Waymo is moving, because their system is not scalable. But Tesla has now taken the first step. So many people like to point out Waymo had many miles driven as Robotaxi and Tesla had 0. Well, that is no longer the case. Now Tesla also have paid ride with Robotaxis. Now it's all just how fast can the two scale, and we all know how that will end. And we have got many great videos from all the influencers, but Tesla shared this one and wrote, Robotaxi will greatly increase safety for vulnerable road users such as pedestrians and cyclists. We did also see that Tesla's Robotaxi has a special way with the wipers to clean the front cameras, as Dirty Tesla showed off.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's cleaning off the cameras.
Specifically.
Yeah, a new special little wiping. It doesn't need the whole windshield, it just needs that one little area.
He also shared a video of the Robotaxi pulling over for emergency vehicle.
It pulled over.
Yes, it pulled over.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
The Robotaxi just pulled over for the ambulance.
And back on the road.
And it's back on the road.
Yeah, buddy.
And I think Jordan from The Limiting Factor had a great point about Robotaxis, as he wrote, Uber has 0 penetration in my town. It's a town about 10,000 people, and there are no cabs available of any kind. I have a feeling Robotaxi is going to change that. Yes, Tesla's Cybercab is going to be so cheap to produce that it will also make sense for Tesla to deploy them in the smaller cities over time that doesn't have any Uber, Waymo, or anything else, as Tesla will also be able to drive you from city to city, which I doubt we will see Waymo do anytime soon. And we also saw people getting into Waymos to compare it to Tesla's Robotaxi, and as Zach wrote, so nice being back in the Tesla Robotaxi after being in a Waymo, so much smoother and more refined. And I know all of the haters are jumping on every little thing the Tesla Robotaxi did wrong, but that is exactly what I told you would happen, so no surprise. But as Nick also pointed out on X, the media is trying to steer the pot over the steering wheel jerk. Meanwhile, Waymo get caught doing these things despite operating for 6 years. Yes, exactly. Only Tesla get the hate, not Waymo. And don't forget, Tesla software will only improve rapidly from here on out. This is as bad as Tesla software will ever be. Remember, Tesla said they gather enough driving experience data in 10 minutes that most people get in a lifetime. By the end of this year, Tesla's system will be next level, and Waymo will still be basically where they have been for the last 6 years, as they have just now realized that data and data power will improve the driving of the system. You don't say. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this new show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla Shorts. While everyone was focusing on Tesla's new Robotaxi, Sangler kept us up to date with another cool Tesla product, the Tesla Semi-Truck, as he wrote. Tesla Giga Semi Update, and a surprise, June 21, 2025, Tesla High Volume Semi Factory Construction Update. Manitowoc MLC 300 BFC is gone, the face of air conditioning unit placed on the roof is complete, roof insulation is positioned on the stamping section, the high-level north wall panels have have been installed. The sky brace supporting the stamping section has been removed. No workers present on this Sunday early morning. Progress on the megacharger installation. Oh yes, this is really starting to take shape. We have a low volume production coming out of that factory by the end of this year and high volume in 2026. Very exciting. And the summer meetup in Muskegon in Michigan is over, and they ended the whole event with one of the coolest Tesla light shows to date. That included some really nice drone show as well. Really, really cool. And we saw this post. White smoke coming from Tesla's supercomputer exhaust mean that a new AP model has been chosen. And Elon replied, kinda true. By the way, that's water vapor. Yes, Tesla is cooking up a new AI to hit the streets very soon, not just for their Robotaxi, but for all Tesla owners that want full self-driving supervised. And Ryan's dad finally swapped his Mercedes out with a Tesla. A day for celebration. Nice. And with all the talks about Tesla's Robotaxis, don't forget everyone in the US can experience almost the same autonomy. You just have to keep an eye on it, as Omar reminded everyone with this post. Tesla's full self-driving 13.2.9 drove me from Manhattan to Newark Airport without a single intervention. Man, I would really like to have this in Europe, but Tesla did also share a new video of full self-driving driving around in Berlin, so now Tesla has shown full self-driving supervised videos from Berlin, Amsterdam, Paris and Rome. We are just waiting for regulatory approval. So please, EU Commission, get things going. And we might get that for Germany by the end of the year, as Keys wrote a few days ago. Tesla's full self-driving supervised might launch at the end of this year in Germany. The employees have just got an email with information on what full self-driving will be capable of and what it will be able to offer owners this morning. It will be level 4 system, just as what will launch in Austin 2 days from now. I've spoken to TX yesterday, and they said that they are in close contact with German authorities, so this message, though still unconfirmed with public documents, aligns perfectly with what I have heard from government official closely tied to the subject matter. The fact that Tesla just released a video of full self-driving in Berlin also complement this information. The original post is in the comments. The account get it from a trustworthy source working at Tesla. Nice. I hope he's right. And Tesla might finally enter the Indian market with a shipment of Model Ys from Shanghai to India in July 2025, following a decade-long negotiation progress, significantly accelerated by the 2024 policy shift, reducing import duty from 110 to 15%. So this might actually be it. The first time to enter the Indian market. Very exciting. And X's CEO Linda revealed what was coming on X.
In the U.S., we're about to launch X Money. You've seen the enhancements with X Chat for premium users, off the charts capability. So think about what we're doing. Instead of getting distracted by clickbait noise, you're thinking about more people coming to the platform to spend more time, to do more things. Soon you're going to be able to live your whole financial life on the platform. Peer-to-peer payments, stored value, pay a creator, watch a pay-per-view. I mean, come on, we're talking about what's next, not what stuff you talk about is like a fantasy of the past. So I wouldn't be here spending jam-packed 5 days if we didn't have tremendous partners.
And Michael Dawn also made this post about the rise of Chinese as a manufacturing powerhouse, as he wrote, China's share of the world's manufacturing value added has rocketed to 33%, while the West has tumbled down. China Lu Feng sees the US-China rivalry ultimately as a contest between two systems, China's industry socialism and America's financial capitalism. The US was once an industrial powerhouse like China today, with half of the global production and an arsenal of democracy. That changed the course of World War II. But the US economy became increasingly financialized, dominated by the short-term interest of Wall Street investors, causing America's industrial base to atrophy. And it is not just because of low labor cost, it is also because China has been betting big on automation in manufacturing, something Tesla will take to the next level with their Cybercab and unboxed production method. And we just learned about Opticaster, the brain of Tesla's Powerwall.
Opticaster is the brain of the Powerwall. It uses AI to learn about your energy patterns to predict how much energy you're going to need. And it also has weather forecast information to predict your solar generation. You just have to choose what is important for you. If self-sufficiency is important for you, then you select the self-consumption mode. It will just charge any solar excess when you have any. And when your house needs power, the battery is going to discharge. If you want to make savings and reduce your electricity bill, then you pick the mode time-based control. This is our pretty advanced mode as it uses forecasting and optimization.
The benefit of Opticaster is that it makes sure you have as much capacity in your battery at the times when that export is most valuable.
And apparently Tesla is working on getting autonomy to Asia as well, as Tesla Asia posted a new video and wrote, "The future of autonomy is arriving soon. Vision is the way to go." So more exciting things coming our way very soon with full self-driving hitting the street in Asia.
What will the future look like? 5 years from now, autonomous Teslas will be everywhere. The future is autonomous. The solution that we have for full self-driving is AI and vision. The way that the road system is designed is for intelligence, biological neural net, and eyes. Not designed for shooting lasers out of your eyes. So do you believe the camera or do you believe the LiDAR? So vision is the way to go. There's no expensive equipment needed. The Model 3 and Model Y and S and X that we make today will be capable of full autonomy unsupervised. With each release, you'll see there's a big improvement. It's headed towards unsupervised full self-driving at an exponential pace. As always, we care a lot about safeties. It's not that Tesla full self-driving will be equal to humans in safety. It will naturally be, like I said, 10, 20, 30 times safer than a human. We actually have the cars driving from end of line to park themselves. And I'm confident also that the first Model Y will drive itself all the way to the customer. So our autonomous future is here. And it's really about sustainable abundance. With Optimus and self-driving, the future is incredibly bright and exciting. And we're going to do things that no one has even dreamed of. It will happen.
That is all we have time for in this Overflow News Show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot so others can find it on YouTube. And if you did like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for the support. But if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel or become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out as some extra perks like early access, ad-free versions of my videos, exclusive videos. So hit the members button or check out Patreon to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on X. I post pretty much all the news as it comes out and a lot more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. It is also possible to support the show without becoming a member or a patron. There is a donation option down below or on my website bestintesla.com. You can also become an executive producer and get news articles, exclusive videos, behind the scenes and access to all my research charts and spreadsheets also on bestintesla.com, or as simple as hitting the super like button. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and Be nice.